Fnatic, so that's going to be Silas in the top lane. Is Lulu Cogmore? It's Lulu Cogmore for G2. Like,
wow.
That is so brave. Caps has been out of position so many times. Level 6. I wonder if Wonder can stay around behind his tower, because he's not yet hit that ultimate mark. And here comes the call of the Forge God against the one who usually prays for him, but a great Bellows Breath will stop it in its tracks, and Bwipo dies. Incredible play from Wonder there to
this one off. Getting very low. Perkz roams down. We're going to see a fight.
Dragon is secured. Exhaust goes down on Jankos as he looks to try and get away, but he's gobbled up and spat out by Hylissang, and there's a lot of damage coming out from the Inferno. Reckless with his first kill of the game, and Fnatic's first of the series. Perkz going to shuffle his way away. Mickey low underneath the turret. The flank is on. It's 5 members in the bottom lane. Only 8 minutes. Fnatic unwilling to give up on this fight as they have been through the entire split. Mickey's going to flash away. Just about manages to survive. Perkz on his way across as well. Has yet to join this fight though, so it's a 4v5 still in favor of Fnatic, but they've already lost one. And here comes the double knock-up, and here comes Perkz from the side. It's a double for Cogmore, and Fnatic find the self-made's on his way as well. Bwipo trying to get on towards Mickey, gets the damage down, and there is the kill. Now Bwipo in the middle of a lot of minions here. Caps has the red buff, that's ticking away. Only Vampire Scepter on him though as Selfmade flashes forward. Caps doesn't get the flash away from the Sonic Wave, and he is shut down by Fnatic. Reckless is only a good thing for Fnatic.
Yeah, I love the fact that Fnatic swapped out of this 2v2 as quickly as possible, because the obnoxious thing about ranged matchups is how oppressive and gold advantage, and now they're looking for a collapse in top lane.
Trying to catch out Caps, the flash forward from Hylissang. There's the Dragon's Rage, and there goes Selfmade. His first kill on the board as Jankos comes in with the Cataclysm, trying to lock Hylissang in place. The thick skin won't save him for too long, but he's not tanking up the tower. Perkz shuffling in from the side will be able to take down the Tahm Kench, and it's a 1-for-1 trade in the top lane.
Medic, you can see now G2 is clearly setting up for the next Drake. They're trying to force Reckless and Hylissang back so they can gain some control over the bot wave, and they're going to try and use their numbers to push in mid. As they go onto Nemesis.
Nemesis put down the cage and thought he was safe, but Perkz and Jankos have something else to say. Second kill of the game for Perkz, and now that Dragon is pretty easy for G2.
Yeah, so with their numbers advantage, they should be able to secure this. It would be dangerous for Fnatic to try and contest, so I think just putting more plates onto Reckless, pushing in that mid-wave, makes a lot more sense. Hylissang, he doesn't have flash.
Doesn't really have a way to get out of this.
Now Perkz looking to hold onto the mid lane. Bwipo knows that Perkz has no ultimate, but he doesn't know that Wonder's right behind him.
Yeah, the Kingslayer will heal up Bwipo just a bit, but the call of the Forge God is too little too late. Shutdown goes down as Bwipo... Well, it looks like Fnatic have slightly earlier play down towards...
But level 11 for Perkz, a level 11 for Wonder means they have those 2 points in their ultimates, and they're going to be feeling very down.
Yeah, because Bwipo was catching those top waves and pushing them in.
That 2 split pushing lanes, because you have the Veigar and the Azir, of course, so you kind of want to shadow those champions to make sure that they're feeling safe. They can push out these waves and take another tower.
Caps is slowed down. They're going to lock him up with the Gravitum. He's actually just stuck in place. Exhaust comes down and teleports here from G2 to try and join this fight, but Wonder is a long way away as Hylissang's already fallen. Wonder goes in. Call of the Forge God comes down, looking for the knock-up on Bwipo, and Reckless doesn't land it on either. Mickey low. Selfmade kicks him away and takes his life, but Perkz is now going to shuffle forward as Selfmade gets the Wild Growth stolen away from Mickey. Wonder jumping in as well as Perkz goes on a rampage, and this is devastation! G2 have just wiped Fnatic away in the mid lane, and it's only Reckless left alive. Caps, Jankos, and Wonder looking to slay the Aphelios, or if they can't, take this tower and get that Dragon.
Just as we were talking about team fights, we have one unfold in front of our eyes, and it is G2 that ends up coming out on top. 3 kills for 2, they'll get themselves the mid-tier 1, they'll also secure the mountain, and Fnatic losing a little bit more control over this game. You can see how difficult these fights are for them. When they force themselves, they're instead going to look for another fight.
Moonlight Vigil used, the cages down as well as Bwipo is looking for Jankos. If he can catch him out, they could win this fight, but Fnatic just have to back away from it. Wonder wasn't even there, wasn't even in the fray as Bwipo jumps forward. There's the Cataclysm jumping onto Caps, but Bwipo is caught out and he's already down. And now Nemesis is going to get chased out with the call of the Forge God as well. Wonder looking for the flank position, Perkz shuffling forward. Has the flash, has the Shroomer shuffle available if he wants it as well, but instead
start off the Baron and force Fnatic to come to them.
It might just be gone before Fnatic can even get there. Hylissang's checking into it. Now he knows that G2 are on it.
It's gone.
Already
Wow.
gone. It's down. And there's no one here from Fnatic to really follow up on a fight. Hylissang's going to try and
like
step.
These fights are just going to be very difficult to play out for Fnatic. So let's see if they can find that pick that they're going to need if they want to stay relevant in this game.
A level down on Wonder, but with the Abyssal Voyage coming in, that's right in the middle of all of G2, and Hylissang jumps straight into his own demise as Caps opens up. The exhaust coming out, Hylissang able to flash away, but now Wonder looking for the call of the Forge God, looking for the knockup, lands it, and Caps will get the kill. Nemesis flanking with the TP, he's exhausted as well. Bwipo now forced underneath the towers, Perkz slides his way in and flashes forward. Bwipo underneath the turret will fall very soon. Nemesis, well, you're caught in the middle of all 4 of the G2 players, and you're going to go down as well. G2 with a clean 4-0, and they're going to look to push in and perhaps end this game.
I think this was the last-ditch effort from Fnatic. They recognized that these fights were only going to get harder. They saw that Azir was in the mid lane and they thought, maybe we can find a fight before Perks can collapse. But even in the 4v5, G2 was far too strong. And now with 5 members and a Baron buff, they're going to look to end the game.
Self-made and Hylissang, last chance saloon on this defense as G2 are pushing on the Nexus turrets. And really, what can Elise Sin and the Time Catch do? Selfmade tries to do something, but really ends up doing absolutely nothing at all. The second Nexus tower will fall, and G2 are back to winning ways. They will take the first game against Fnatic.
Priority to impact the rest of the map, but because of how slow G2's comp overall is, with the Kog'Maw and the Azir scaling up very similar to what we saw in Phase, and because Mickey and Caps were able to get to lane in time, they felt a lot more comfortable being aggressive. As we actually see a bit of an all-in in the bot lane.
But Jankos is here. Hylissang flash forward, and now Jankos could gobble up that catfish with open arms. There's the slow, and Hylissang's going to get knocked up. Still has the thick skin, going to use it early on as Caps looks to get the damage in, and Hylissang is low. He's ticking away. One more auto is enough, and Jankos gets first blood. We haven't seen too much jungle attention around that mid lane, and now the Castlin becomes pretty difficult to gank. If you're using that Rift to walk wisely, you should be able to get away. Wonder with the Let's Spam's going to stop Whippo from landing the Call of the Forge God. Wonder still has his passive. Whippo walking away, doesn't really have too much mana left as Wonder continues to get the auto attacks in, but can't quite get the final ones to kill Whippo. We'll be able to
so they're going to disengage from this, and they're going to
Whippo.
play for plates.
Oh,
Whippo. Double TP's bot.
Oh, Whippo staring into the eyes of death, and those eyes are the double TP from G2. Shurima shuffles him back, and he's gone. Whippo was like, guys, it's fine, I can defend.
He wasn't able to stay alive. This means that G2 will get some plates bot. Fnatic should be able to secure first tower of the game in top, and this should equalize the goal. So a couple of small skirmishes that don't really amount to a lot. We can see that because of the damage that Fnatic has sustained, they will be forced to disengage from the river. G2 is now looking for a collapse onto Rekkles and Hylissang.
Rekkles gets the double Moonlight Vigil stun. Jankos, of course, doesn't have the ult. There's the heal from Rekkles. Going to get knocked up with the Wild Growth, though. Good devour from Hylissang will keep Rekkles alive, and now the fight is going to turn because the teleport's coming in from Nemesis. He joins the fight, still only level 10. Doesn't have that second point in his ultimate, but Wonder has to flash away. Perks coming in from the side, but we're not here. Doesn't have the TP to join the fight, and Perks can get a supreme flank off. There's one down as Rekkles falls. Nemesis trying to run away as well as Perks is just shredding through them. Hylissang's going to get the passive out of Wonder, but that's not going to be enough as he falls as well. 3 kills to 0 in favor of G2.
Fnatic tried to force a fight there. They weren't in a position to do so, and then G2 aptly punished them.
On the Azir, you have to wonder when we get towards team fights whether Perks will just start taking over the game once again.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Perks as Azir has definitely been great to watch as we see G2 forcing the flash out from Whippo in the mid lane, and he's having another fantastic game on the champion. In the very early game, we didn't see him trying to roam around the map at all.
If they'd lost those, G2 would be able to force those fights even more readily.
That's true, yeah.
At 3 dragons.
As G2 now control this side of the map.
Perks can just shuffle away here, looking to get away from Whippo. Exhaust has gone down on him as well, but he does still have the flash with the Emperor's Divide. He can stop Whippo, but a great use of the Bella's Breath from Whippo meant he walks straight. They lose an inhibitor because they don't have the Abyssal Voyage to come across. They've just got one recall off. It's Whippo.
We don't have time as another fight is kicking off.
Hylissang still has the flash teleport coming in. That's Whippo joining this fight. Nemesis is coming in from the middle lane as well, and now perhaps G2 will have overextended because Perks is yet to join this fray. Call of the Forge God coming out. Whippo's going to land the knockup onto Jankos, who flashes away himself, and now Fnatic funneled into the river. Perks has the flank position, but he's on a control ward, so he's spotted out. Wonder jumping forward, lands on Hylissang. Whippo forced off towards the bottom side of the fight. Perks trying to get the damage down, but Nemesis is still very healthy, but so is Rekkles in this fight. Whippo coming in, can't quite land the knockup. Selfmade had to get out of the fight as Whippo is the first to fall. G2 looking for the fight as they continue to push forward in the river, and Hylissang is forced away. But you can still see Rekkles and Nemesis still very healthy. Nemesis doesn't have that much mana. Wonder's going to be the first to fall on the side of G2. Fnatic opening up. Rekkles trying to do what he can, but Jankos with the stopwatch will stop them in their tracks.
Nemesis is not really threatening the backline. Perks and Caps were just left untouched.
Could be another quick Baron from G2. I don't know if Fnatic are going to get there in time because there's only 1,000 HP left on it, and now it's gone. The Call of the Forge God coming out. Fnatic have to look to try and take this fight because G2, if they get out alive, they can just push through the side lane. Selfmade's already dead. Jankos takes him, and now Rekkles trying to open up, but he's been caught in Cataclysm, devoured up by Hylissang, but you have to watch Rekkles as he is spat out into all of G2.
Full artillery tank Caps. That man did not move, and he was just spitting out all the damage onto the entire Fnatic lineup. G2 are going to secure the Baron, they're going to take 2 tier 2 towers, and they're going to look
level 14. We wondered if he could get to 16 on this Kassadin. Could he take over the game? Well, in his LEC history, he's played Kassadin 3 times and lost every time. This would have been lucky number 4 if he could take the win, but right now it's not looking to be the case. G2 opening up the base, pushing in. forcing a Fnatic onto the back foot. You can see Perks down in the bottom lane by himself, getting up towards that inhibitor. Now the mid inhib falls. Second on the menu for G2 as Fnatic find themselves defenseless, helpless against the oncoming storm that is G2 in this game. The Nexus Tower is now the focus. 23 minutes in, G2 are trying to up the speed from the last game. The tempo is rising and G2 are diving into the base, into the Nexus turrets as the shutdown comes out. Jankos already gone down, but Caps is unstoppable. Kills the Ornn, and now Bwipo is dead. Nemesis trying to do what he can. Wonder's low, but now the Nexus Towers are just the target for G2. They could just end the game right here, right now. Nemesis stepping forward, trying to get onto Caps. He jumps in, but immediately he's exhausted. Pops the stopwatch. Perks doing what he can down towards the bottom side, zoning out. Reckless going to shove them back into the team as well, and that's the ace for G2. That's the ace for G2, and they go 2-0 up in this series.
And I think that this is a step in the right direction as we see another enchanter in the bot lane, Medic.
Mickey, what happened to you? I used to love watching you play. One across the course of the LEC spring split. And we'll see what he decides to do early on. Now Wonder and Whipper on the opposite side of the matchup. Actually, Caps almost stunned up here, but going to try and turn this back around. The exhaust has been used, heal used as well by Reckless, and Jankos is in the right place at the right time. Wonder showing Whippo a little bit of the hammer as he brings the pain down in the top lane. Shouldn't be able to kill Whippo entirely, but he does with the brittle. Manages
started because he did do a solo start, but even then, like, we're seeing some very surprising performances from this Fnatic squad, and G2 are just quick to take advantage of it.
Whipper has to flash away. He's trying to get onto his Bloblets as quickly as possible, but he might just be dead. Wonder, all you have to do is land one more Bellows Breath, and Whipper cannot survive. Wonder just killed. Hylissang trying to trade here on towards Caps. Mickey doesn't have the flash. Root is going to come out there, but Hylissang looking for the concussive blows. One more auto would be enough, but he's overstayed as Caps opens up with the Inferno. One more auto will get him the kill, and now Reckless is on the receiving end of a lot of hurt here. Caps trying to do what he can, but he has overstayed. Nemesis teleporting in behind as Reckless falls. Mickey's going to go down as well, and now Jankos underneath the turret is tanking this up, and this could be what Fnatic need to get a hold back in this game. They pick up 3 kills in the bottom lane. A double goes to Nemesis.
Close to his Nash's Tooth is going to be very valuable for him. Selfmade now looking for a gank bot.
Caps has no flash, doesn't really have a way to get away from this. Mickey has a flash, but he's not even going to get the chance to use it.
Capitalize off the back of this by securing themselves the first Drake of the game. G2 going to trade on the other side of the map. Surely Whipper will not die again.
He's using the Let's Bounce, picking up those Bloblets as much as he can. Wonder lands the Call of the Forge God, looking for that knock-up as well. Can get the last auto in, but that's just the passive burn. I wonder if Wonder's going to be able to use the Bellows Breath to take out this kill. Doesn't quite have the range.
So trades are going much more in his favor. Definitely a much more comfortable position for him. Meanwhile, on the bot side of the map, G2 are looking to utilize the Rift Herald to try and secure an early tab, but a TP comes through from Fnatic.
Fnatic don't want this to happen. This is Bwipo coming in behind. Teleport used by G2 as well. Jankos rooted up. He gets the Subjugate off just in time, and Bwipo, of course, does not have his passive. Here's the Call of the Forge God. Hylissang eats it up with the Unbreakable Wall, and here come the rest of Fnatic looking for the fight. Selfmade coming in from the side. There's no Perks here yet, and Wonder's going to get locked up. A great cast as Nemesis slides in and shuffles Fnatic back, and G2 have lost 2 already. Perks trying to come in from the side. He can get a lot of damage down with these missiles if he can connect. So Bwipo still doesn't have his passive, doesn't have his ult, doesn't have his flash, and really doesn't have a hope in hell of surviving this one unless he does something miraculous. Whippo locked up underneath the turret, and he will fall. G2 get the kill, and a mid laner being a primary carry is not anything new for European League of Legends. In the past, it's been Perks and Caps since spring 20.
Had control of the bot side and over the mid lane, which means that they have easy access to the river and will be able to secure the second mountain. So Fnatic, especially keeping his mid lane turret alive, the fact that Fnatic have used this Herald top means that the map is going to be a lot more exposed.
Tornado locked up Reckless. Now he's burned his flash, going to use the bullet time, but the Call of the Forge God is coming out to try and stop it. Hylissang knocked up with the Ram. Nemesis fighting off towards Perks in the side lane. Perks landing a lot of those missiles, but Nemesis and his soldiers are doing...
He recognizes that he didn't back quickly enough, but he will be able to get out of harm's way. Fnatic also hold on to... Oh, as I was saying that, as long as Fnatic held that, it was going to be much easier for them to move into both sides of the river and then start attacking these side lanes and getting that deep
in the river. G2 trying to get total vision control. Fnatic just forced in the mid lane, looking for this turret. They're going to take that tower pretty quickly as Bwipo jumps forward and the damage comes out, and Caps is deleted off the face of Summoner's Rift.
Tier 1, they get themselves the Infernal Drake, and now they're at soul point. Fnatic definitely bouncing back.
Baron here from Fnatic. Hylissang has been locked up. He's going to try and put the damage back onto Wonder, but he's already used the Unbreakable, so he has to burn his flash. Now Hylissang trying to re-engage with Selfmade. There's the concussive blows. Nemesis up towards the side is distracting 4 members of G2 as Wonder's being jumped on by Whipper. The Moonlight Vigil doesn't quite land. Nemesis putting the damage down onto Caps. He's still alive just for the moment, but now he'll die. Caps gets it. G2 able to get out 5 players strong. Fnatic on the defensive now.
Aphelios combo is slowly melting through this, and Selfmade is in the vicinity, but Wonder TP's back in.
Wonder's looking for the home guards, trying to chase down Reckless. Doesn't have the Call of the Forge God, no slow yet, and that strut is going to speed up Reckless. Hylissang, though, caught out, trying to jump back with the stand beside me, and there's the Make It Rain to get the slow on G2. Hylissang might be sacrificed here. Reckless will be able to get away, just walks away by himself. But Hylissang, oh, does he have another W? Can he jump across the wall once again? Reckless going to have to use the Blast Cone to make sure he escapes to safety. No
Caps is soloing the Drake as Fnatic are starting this objective off, and G2 are just trying to buy time. Look at the flank from Whippo.
Whippo in a great position, but he's not going to use the Elastic Slingshot. The Baron down to 4,000 HP as Fnatic try and do it. Wonder jumping in, the damage coming out as Hylissang gets low. But look at the damage already on Jankos. He's down, that's the jungler. No smite available. Cap's still on his way to join the team. Monsoon used by Mickey. The Baron ever lower as the Call of the Forge God comes out. Hylissang almost chunked out. He's going to fall, and now Fnatic are retreating back towards the top lane. But Whippo is the next target for G2. They'll put him into his passive. The Blood Plus form, and Fnatic cannot defend them. 2 kills to G2, and they will chase Fnatic away. Will they continue?
On the shoulders of Nemesis, he is incredibly strong with these 3 items, and we see a lot of ults being thrown around, Medic.
Oh, bullet time comes out. Mickey's just about able to survive, and there, here comes the re-engage as Whippo jumps in. Wonder doing a lot of damage with the Call of the Forge God coming out. Selfmade's going to fall, and now Whippo is caught out all by himself. 5 members strong. G2's continue to push in. Whippo almost goes down. The Moonlight Vigil not going to have enough damage as Reckless opens up on Wonder. They trade it 1-for-1 so far in the fight as Nemesis is able to put the soldiers up and force G2 away. Instead, he goes forward. Has to flash away. Caps trying to get forward, trying to get the damage down as Nemesis will fall underneath the turret. And now it's 2-for-1 in favor.
He's able to come out on top.
One good double up could kill a player from G2. Jankos is so low. Reckless going to put the Make It Rain down. Caps is tanking up the Baron right now. Whippo stopped in his tracks as the Howling Gale meets the Elastic Slingshot, and now he's dead. Reckless and Hylissang, it's all on you. You have to do something here because the Baron's already fallen. Jankos going to open up on Hylissang. He puts down the Unbreakable. Selfmade's going to join the fray as well as Jankos goes low, but Hylissang's dead. The flash away. Wonder TP'd in behind him, and he meets Reckless and shut him down. And now with the Baron, G2 could have turned this.
Nemesis in that crucial moment ended up dropping. With 5 members of G2 alive, I think with the wave clear of Nemesis, it might not be enough, but they're knocking on the doors of the base. The teleports are coming through. Only 2 members of Fnatic are currently alive. This could very well be the game.
Whippo's back up now. Selfmade's up as well as Nemesis. The Hylissang's just about to respawn, but G2 are looking to end this one as quickly as they can. Selfmade jumps in. They shut down the Corki, and they're looking for the Caps as well. Whippo jumps onto the back line, but Nemesis is already dead. And Caps is going to open up on Whippo. Selfmade, Hylissang, you've got to get in there. You've got to fight with your teammate because Reckless is on his way. It's a double for Caps. 8-3-4 on the day in the game against his former team. And the bullet time coming out. G2 will back away.
Very low HP. G2, they're going back in.
G2 looking for the re-engage as Hylissang has stepped a little bit too far forward. Caps can't find the moonshot, but Hylissang is getting chunked out. He's almost dead. He's done. Caps goes legendary. And Reckless now tries to open up.
And you thought maybe Nemesis can stall, maybe he can hold out, but then he dives in at that tower defense. If he had stayed alive, G2 are looking to take the win.
Ocelot said it, same amount, half the time was the aim. Fnatic have been in 15 splits, G2 only in 9. 7 titles in 9 splits is what G2 would get if they take this game, if they take this series, and now they're looking to take this bot lane push. They've got
closer to the base of Fnatic.
You can see the damage the Perks does with those auto attacks. Caps as well, just going to shred through that tower in a second. Wonder pushing in the mid lane with the super minions coming in. 1:30 left on that inhibitor before it respawns. Bot wave pushing slowly towards the base as G2 go quickly in the top lane. That inhibitor tower is already dead. They're looking for the inhib next. Wonder doing what he can in the mid lane to try and force Fnatic back, but that inhibitor's gone as the Elastic Slingshot comes in, stopped in his tracks. Whippo already almost in his passive, has to use the stopwatch, and Perks off towards the side is just zoning the rest of Fnatic. Hylissang flashes forward and misses the Winter's Bite, and now Whippo's in his passive, gone down into his second life. Can he come back alive? The Monsoon used by the Janna just to try and heal up his teammates. Hylissang's done, Whippo's done, and perhaps Fnatic are done as Nemesis is caught underneath the Nexus towers. A double kill for Perks. Reckless tries to do what he can with the bullet time, but he just can't do enough. G2 take 4. Caps goes legendary, and G2 are looking to dive Reckless on the fountain. G2 are inevitable. G2 are inescapable. Europe, G2 are your spring split champions as they take down the Nexus and claim in the end their 7th title, matching the record set by Fnatic. 7 titles for G2.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Mickey, for joining me. Congrats on winning the split once again, establishing G2's dominance a bit more. How does it feel?
I mean, it feels kind of weird because, I mean, I was expecting it to be much closer, and yeah, I mean, there's no like hype from the crowd, I guess. So it felt like a bit weird when we won. But yeah, we're still pretty happy with how we played. So yeah, I think it's just, I think we played well, so we're happy.
I agree. Playing from home and having the broadcast from home is weird, but I mean, it's a win nonetheless, and a convincing one. I mean, people were wondering if G2 from 2019 was stronger than G2 from 2020. And when we look at the fact that we had the same finals and that you guys beat Fnatic 3-0 here, do you feel stronger than last year now?
I think we feel stronger just because we play much better as a team. I think even last year, we weren't actually playing that well as a team and communicate as well as we do right now. Because I think after the Mad Lions game, we actually it was like a big wake-up call. So we started to prepare a lot harder, and we were reviewing games. Like each player got one game to review from the Mad Lions series and then presented his points, like what we could have done better. And I think that kind of helped us to get on the same page. And just like after that week, I think we got better and better, where I didn't feel like we were as cohesive at Worlds even. So yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty good right now, yeah.
I agree on that, and many people also question the fact that Caps versus Perks may have been a bad idea. I think it's not, to be honest, based on this series. So how has it been to play with Caps for splits? I'm not going to ask you who's your favorite one, but how is it been with yours?
Okay, nice. I think he's been playing pretty good, I think. Like especially for playoffs, I think he's been stepping it up a lot. And yeah, I mean, it feels pretty fun to play with him and just like talk to him about matchups. And like, for example, Lulu Kog'Maw was kind of his idea. Like he kind of came up with it tonight, I guess. And it was like, yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. So we just kind of felt like if we get Kog'Maw Lulu in game 1, we're probably going to have a free win. And then game 2, we got it again, so we got another free win. So yeah, I mean, I think he's really good right now.
I agree with you on that. And you were mentioning the draft and the Lulu Cog, and I wanted you to throw some praise to Grabs for the great drafts that have been displayed here. But is there anything you want to say to your coaching staff for the success you had?
Yeah, I mean, they did a pretty good job. I think the Kog'Maw Lulu praise goes to Caps, I think, and me for like inventing Kog'Maw Lulu against Tank and Chafilios. But I think just in general, like, yeah, I think the most important part about us having such a good preparation, a good draft for today was that we actually went for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, just like draft talks, which we didn't really do before, I guess. Usually we did like maybe 30 minutes or something. We're like, yeah, agreed on something. But this time we actually went through every single scenario, and also helped us that enemy team had like 3 kind of locked bans where they had to do it every single time. And they were kind of forced to go blue side because of it as well. Because if they go red side, they will have even more bans. So in a way, it was like easy to draft against them. And yeah, I think we just prepared very well, and we kind of knew what they were going to pick at every single point. So yeah.
And it showed here. And there's something I want to mention, because on social media, we heard about the fact that you've been robbed on the MVPs during series and that Caps didn't deserve it. You were doing all the job. Well, guess what? You get to be the MVP of the series,
really?
of the finals. Yes. Yes.
Nice, guys. Finally. Honestly, it feels like everything just came together perfectly on this day. I think I'm going to mark it in my calendar. Because I think I didn't get actually a single MVP for the whole split. But I guess now that I get it now, for playing like Enchanter supports and just being AFK and pressing shields and heals on my carries, I mean, honestly, it feels pretty nice, I guess. But it doesn't feel as rewarding as, for example, if I would play like Rakan and just like do 5 minutes all the time and like trash like or Blitzcrank and hook everyone. But it still feels pretty good, so I appreciate it. Thank you guys for voting me. I hope you guys do it more next split.
You've been playing amazingly, Mickey. And you still owe me something, but we'll talk about this during summer. It's not the point here. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm saving
but,
it for Worlds.
Congrats.
World Final.
Great then. Well, thanks for the interview. Congrats again on winning the split. We will hear a bit more about the rest of the team in a few minutes. But for now, let's send it over to Shox. Take it away.
Thank you very much, La. Indeed, it's just me for now, and I hope that's okay with you guys. I mean, we can just chat, just you and me. It's very intimate. No, just kidding. The players are setting up, as you can see. There we got Jankos. He's looking at what's happening. What do I have to play? Okay, is he gonna? Yes, he's gonna plug it in correctly. That's great. Of course, they came from the trophy lift. Had to talk a little bit about the series, but Jankos and Perks will be joining me for this PGL at Test. Jankos, can you hear me? Oh, no, I don't think your mic set. It's fine. We'll wait. You can hear me probably, but I think maybe your mic settings aren't good yet. Maybe have to bring in caps. Maybe have to plug it in.
Well, now we can try to hear me, right?
Oh,
Hello?
yes.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, well, good morning.
All right.
Hello.
Good morning.
Oh,
Shall I ask you a question?
oh yeah, sure. I didn't realize. I mean, I was like,
Okay,
oh
okay.
my God.
I mean, it's all been a bit of a whirlwind today. Jakob, since you were the first to sit down rather, we had a lot of problems on the analyst desk after that game too, just kind of figuring out what the hell went wrong with Fnatic and what is going so well with G2. Can you break it down for us?
I mean, I do think that, in my opinion, Red Side is like big chance, and since Fnatic has like 2 or even 3 low plans, they cannot ignore Red Side, and we always knew that one time that Silva, because they don't play this chance and they're big chance, and also we showed a strong gaming performance yesterday, so they have to ban that out. And then Caps had like a free funding in the night. I think he couldn't sleep until like 5 a.m. And he really said that he just wanted to play Little Ball now. So yeah, we never practiced it actually, but we did play Little Ball now and he was carrying the game with Little Ball now. So that's so good.
Yeah, no, totally.
Oh no, I mean,
Well, Mickey got
It was pretty creative, yeah.
the first time and he was really happy. Luca, what do you think happened today in terms of your own team? Because the draft definitely was fantastic in every single game, but it also seemed like all of you were just more concentrated than I have seen you in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, I think my teammates played the same. Everything was like a bit clear what was going to happen in the game throughout every stage of the game. And yeah, also today I didn't really drink any caffeine, so I was more focused actually, because I realized if I drink caffeine I'm actually less focused because I'm already like so hyped for the series anyways. So yeah, it was basically pretty clean series by my team, and I'm pretty happy with my own performance as well. So it's pretty crazy honestly. I wouldn't think we would like 3-0 Fnatic with the way we were playing like 2 weeks ago, but yeah, now I think everything came together again.
Everyone was a bit surprised that it was so quickly. We saw your trophy lift also from the house. We had a courier standing by who then drove to the right house of the winning team, basically. What was the experience like lifting it at home in kind of your shorts and your slippers?
I mean, like, it's pretty weird, yeah. I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is the situation we're given right now. Everyone is given. I'm actually really grateful for the fact that we can play online and that we can like finish the LEC online and people can watch us and people can still enjoy the competition. I think that's all great, and I wouldn't have it any other way, like not playing the split out or something. So I'm pretty happy with it's weird, of course, but I'm just happy that we actually also showed up online. It's just great, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to see you guys as well. Jankos, we heard you talking in your MVP interview. Congratulations, by the way, back-to-back MVP. About how we always, of course, look at, well, Caps is now in the bot lane and then Mickey has to adjust, so how's Mickey doing? But in fact, you had to build up your synergy with Perks again after 2018. How far do you think you're off of that level of synergy now with Perks, and how much do you still have left to grow?
I mean, I do think that me and Paris are like pretty much on the same page most of the time now. I wouldn't say so like 2-3 weeks ago. I think when we entered playoffs, there was like, I didn't play around mid as well as I could with Mickey. And we did focus like throughout the split or throughout the last weeks, we also tried to like focus around our bot lane synergy way more than our mid lane. And I do think that we are really good at playing around bot lane right now, me, Caps and Mickey. I do still think though that if we will play like winning early game drafts and we'll play like a roaming support style where we play on mid more than bot lane, we can still play that as well, right? I think we should be able to kind of transition the how we play the game. And I mean, I'm not sure if this like if our synergy is better or worse than it was, but I mean it should be better, right? Because you grow as a player every year, and yeah, I mean so. It was 2 years ago, so hopefully we grew and hopefully we are better.
Luca, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, me and Jankos definitely know each other very well on a personal level. we had like some close moments together. So I think that there is just no reason that our synergy isn't as higher now than it used to be. We are just better players. Like we had a whole run last year. I think we just both know how the game is supposed to be played. And the review, I think we are on the same page, always there. In the game, either me or him not always play perfectly to the given condition in the game, but we do always pick it up for when it matters, I think. And yeah, I personally prefer playing the early game style. I know Jankos does too. So I think that both of us had like a little bit of struggles adjusting to the way how the rest of our teams wanted to play the game. And I think that's something that is easier for me as well, because in mid lane it's like fine to just farm, even though I'm a very vocal and aggressive player. I would like to take over the games, but it's fine for me to just farm as well. I think for jungle it's a bit worse because he just has to cover basically our bot lane getting dived and cover push shots and just play like that. So it's a bit worse for him, but I'm fine. Just we don't actually like play aggressive anymore that much because of the meta, but we are really good at like covering each lane and what we need to do. So I think it's just really good. Yeah.
To add on to that, I also think that
sure.
we as a team are like we used to be more of a like 1-3-1 team and team that would always like play aggressive on every lane, especially like last year during Worlds we would always pick like those winning matchups mid and bot, and we would try to snowball bot lane a lot. And right now it's kind of the opposite, and in playoffs and also before playoffs we had to change our gameplay overall, how we play the game, since we do believe that team fights are just strong now, and it just seems like if you get the soul or if you just outscale, you will win. So we had to transition from like early game to learn how to play like team fights, be patient, wait for each other. So I think the style we're playing right now is pretty strong, but we also had like some struggles when we started picking up, and I'm really happy that we became good at it by the end of playoffs. And yeah, as you can see, it really paid off for us.
Yeah, it absolutely did. And you are a team which we talked about a lot. Both Fnatic and G2 actually is a team that pushes boundaries and always wants to be the best. I mean, it happened when Caps joined G2 from Fnatic, and you guys are never happy with being just the best. You're always looking forward. With that in mind, we're in such a tricky situation now because you just won, but of course, due to the situation, you kind of have to stay in the house, but last year you would have maybe taken a couple of days off. What's kind of the plan going forward, and what can we expect out of G2? Of course, MSI is up in the air. We have no further information about how that will evolve, but what's kind of the plan now in the next couple of weeks? Because you seem to be so good at this point in time.
I mean, I can say for myself that I chose to, I would probably just be staying in the gaming house along with Miki and Rasmus. And since Miki is my babe, I'm pretty sure we have plenty of fun. And except for that, I mean, like probably summer split starts at some point, right? I don't know how long it will take, like a month or two. Yeah. So we will just chill, relax, watch some movies, do some stuff, and then just pick it up for summer split.
I mean, that sounds pretty good. So is there a new swap on the horizon? Luca, you said at the beginning of the split, when you were asked about the change, it was, oh, well, we're experimenting. We'll see how it goes, and we're sticking with this for now. Is Wonder complaining? Does he want to go somewhere else? Do you want to go back? What's the situation?
I mean, I don't know anything. I don't know anything with us. We never know what's going to happen. So we're probably going to talk about like give feedback to each other about what we think was good this split, what wasn't good. Well, we did manage to 3-0 Fnatic, and last year we went 3-2, so maybe it's working out for us, maybe not, right? So we will see. We are obviously at a pretty high level right now, and lots of things can change until MSI or Worlds, right? I don't know what's going to be played or not. I mean, we have no idea of anything, right? So, but as of right now, we will just relax and take some time off, and then we will regroup and think about how we want to approach future.
Okay, I'm not going to keep you guys too long anymore. I imagine that you want to chill also a little bit, but there's just a couple of questions I have. Perks, maybe first for you. As being this symbol of G2 esports, you've now tied the titles that Fnatic has had, so 7 of them, but in half the time, which is incredibly impressive. And the moment you stepped on the Rift and stepped onto the EULCS stage in 2015, it's kind of like the world just changed in terms of the competition. Are you proud of the fact that you've been able to now tie these records, and what does the future have in store?
Well, I'm definitely proud, yeah, of all my teammates, and that I myself as well, that I'm performing at a high level pretty much all the time. I don't really feel like I'm having like off splits or something, which maybe I will have in the future. You never know, maybe I'll become more stuff. I feel like a lot of players who play for a long time, they have like periods of time where they're not good, so I'm kind of like worried of myself going into that slump sometimes. But I mean, it's basically just giving my all every split I play. I don't think anything is different, and I don't think anything will change in the future. I don't really think that I'm just gonna stop carrying next split or split after. Like maybe at some point I will just be tired of the tryhard and the lifestyle basically that it is. It's a lot of mental strain on me to like just make sure that I am doing my best, I can always. So I think I will see. As of right now, I'm enjoying life. I'm enjoying competition. I'm enjoying being with my teammates in general. Maybe not Jankos always. I'm joking. But I think that in general, I'm pretty grateful for everything. Yeah.
I mean, when you're winning, I guess it's a lot of fun. Jankos, same question for you. We talked about it when you gave the MVP interview. KMT back in the day, Roccat, H2K, now G2. The years are starting to count for you. Where are you at in terms of, how far you are from the peak of your career, or how much motivation you have left to keep going?
Yeah, I'm old. I agree. I mean, I did play like 4 years before. Actually, 4 years without a trophy. Actually 5, because first year with G2 we didn't really win anything either. So that kind of sucks, because there are players that come in and they are super good and they just win everything, and it's like they are still young and they can like play for a long time. For me, I'm kind of old now, and like Luca mentioned, like Felix mentioned, is a lot of mental strain, and the pro player life doesn't really allow you to do anything else except for playing 24/7. But I'm still motivated. I mean, I still want to perform well, and I still want to win worlds, I guess. So for this year, nothing will change, and it's really fun to win, like you mentioned. And I never won in my life except for last year. So I'm still driving like the hype train of actually being on top of Europe, I suppose. And then if we end in the next final, then maybe I don't know. No, but like on a serious note, I'm not sure. I mean, I think I will just keep playing as well. I do feel like I'm, super old for a pro player, because I'll be 25 this year. But at the same time, as long as I don't play really bad, or I can like keep up like a high level, and G2 doesn't actually kick me for a younger player, then it's fine, And then at some point, if I were to leave G2, I would probably leave G2 for not necessarily for a better team, right? Let's say I get kicked or I leave the team, then probably I'm just looking for something else elsewhere. But right now I'm just chilling and winning, so I'm happy.
Okay, so there's no temptation coming out of NA or anything?
I mean, not necessarily, because
Yet.
yeah, I mean, if like I mentioned, if I would become like worse at the game, then NA makes sense, right? Because I mean, like, honestly, watching like IG against FlyQuest yesterday was like really disgusting. So I just feel like if I were to go to NA, EG, not IG. Yeah. Well, anyway, if I were to go to NA, probably I would go there for the dollar, But maybe I would also join a team that could be the best, right? So maybe I'll join a team that has the potential of actually winning, because I mean, I've been playing for years without winning, and I was like really mentally challenged during these times. I had a lot of I always wanted to win a lot, and it never happened, right? And I'm like really happy with my life right now, even though I grew older as a player. I also play better than I ever did, probably. So right now I don't really think about it. I know.
It's also jungler role.
Well,
So
great.
easy.
Yo, really? Do you think the jungle role is very easy, Perk? So maybe you want to take it up next split. What about that?
Yeah, maybe the younger jungler will be kicking Jankos rather than me.
Yeah, maybe Felix will go jungle, and then like Caps will go back to mid lane, and then they'll just pick up AD carry.
I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And just as a note, it was just a question. We obviously want you to keep playing, both of you, and you especially young, because you're not that old at all. I'm ancient, so don't worry about that. Final question. You guys lifted the trophy again. In the LCS, C9 is up versus FlyQuest. Perks, Sven is of course playing in the final and trying to get that title. Is there anything you'd like to say to him ahead of that big best of 5?
Yes, I love you, Sven. You got this. I believe in you. If you drop a game, I'll be heavily disappointed.
Awesome. Well, that'll be up later tonight. You guys finished it off so quickly, so we were actually planning on having, like, you know, the show, and then we'd be like, oh, you can now go watch the LCS, but you guys just stomped in 3 games. So I guess we're filling. No, I'm kidding. I'll let you guys go. Congratulations once again, Jankos and Perks. Phenomenal split, phenomenal playoffs that started off not so good, but absolutely dominated the final. Congratulations, and we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
No problem. Bye-bye. And everyone at home as well. Goodbye. Thank you for tuning in. This has been PGL. This has been the 2020 Spring Split. Thank you for all your support, the ups and downs of the online. I don't know what they're doing. I can't see it, but they're probably funny. The ups and downs of the online broadcast. We couldn't do any of it without you, and we'll see you soon. Good night. 2019